What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and today we are tapping in with another edition of Behind the Soul. Today we're locking in with a new single from your boy called OML. Let's get into it.
I just wanna feel love, I just wanna see light, I just wanna get more, I just wanna be light.
Now, I'm not gonna hold you. I know it's been a minute since I've done a Behind the Soul. That's my bad. This summer has been super hectic. I haven't had the time to really record one, on top of doing reactions and reviews and podcasts and stuff like that. Haven't really had time to do this. So I know I'm late. However, we're here to talk about Oh My Lord, which is OML. Yo, sorry to interrupt this video, but I wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who don't realize it, some of you may not be subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content on this channel, if you're enjoying this video that you're currently watching, definitely hit that subscribe button and like and share it if you got time. It's all free. But definitely subscribe to the channel. It'll help everybody involved, because the way YouTube's algorithm works, you may not be subscribed even though they're suggesting my content to you. So definitely tap in, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content here. We're trying to build community, people. So tap in with your boy. And now back to the video. This was one of the funnest songs I've ever written. It's a song I like to accredit to just songwriting exercises, like just flexing the pen and just coming up with creative ways and ideas to describe and pretty much poetically poetically pin several different ideas that I had in my head. This song, I remember getting the beat. So I'm gonna start with the backstory. This song is actually influenced by several different things, including life experiences. So first, it's influenced by Aaliyah. Shout out to Aaliyah, rest in peace. It's also influenced by the movie Brown Sugar. Shout out to Brown Sugar. And the hip hop Dalmatians. They ain't had nothing to do with it, but the movie Brown Sugar, you'll understand in a second. And also life experiences from different people that I've experienced and encountered in life, and also my own life experiences, as well as my wife's own life experiences as well. And just kind of meshed up a bunch of those ideas and created this song, Oh My Lord. I wanted to do a song. I had an idea. This song was part of an idea of creating a R&B album or EP from the perspective of a Christian. Creating an R&B album that wasn't just Christian R&B, if that makes sense, where it's just like worship music in an R&B sound, but more so R&B from the perspective of a Christian, where we're still talking about relationships, we're still talking about having specific feelings for a person or having specific interactions with a person, but coming at it from the viewpoint and perspective of a Christian and somebody who values their partner, and not just looking for a one-night stand, or not just looking for what society says is popular at the time, like having a sneaky link or having a side chick. And there's several different ideas of songs that I've written towards that concept. I've written a song dealing with the sneaky link, or talking about the concept of sneaky links, and how coming from a Christian perspective, like, yeah, it sounds quote unquote good to the untrained ear and eye, but when you tap into those things, you start to lose yourself in it. And so just coming from the perspective of a Christian viewpoint, or a viewpoint of somebody who's experienced those things and learned the negative side effects and aspects of it that nobody talks about, but they glorify the lifestyle. There's a lot of things in society that get glorified, but nobody ever talks about the other side. Nobody ever talks about the consequences and repercussions that you're faced with when you tap into certain lifestyles and choices. And so that's kind of where my mind was during this time of writing certain things. And that R&B EP is still in the works. Still gotta finish off a few songs and a few projects, but I'm definitely gonna put it out eventually. But yeah, that's where my mind was when I wrote this song. So like I said, the first influence was Aaliyah. When I first heard the beat, shout out to Still a Kid, he produced this joint, and it was so groovy. I was just like, oh, this joint feel good. Like, you ever just turn on a beat and be like, oh, this joint, like this, I don't know what this fit to be, but this fit to be something good. You feel me? And so that's how I was feeling when I turned on the beat. And I was just like, man, this joint, this groove is crazy. Like, I got excited. And so I heard the song and I was just like, yeah, oh, yeah. And I was just trying to kind of grooving with it a little bit. And I was like, okay. And then the first thing that popped in my head was Aaliyah's back, forth and forth. And for those that don't know, Aaliyah has a song called back, forth and forth. Back, forth and forth. Like, it's a nice little bop, nice little groove. So that was the first thing that popped in my head. I don't know why that popped in my head, but it popped in my head. So for me, when I heard the beat, heard the groove, I'm like, all right. But I'm like, I'm not gonna copy exactly what she did. So how can I flip it and update it to 2025? So I'm like, all right, let me see what I got. So I'm like, and we go back and forth and forth. Yeah, we go back and forth and forth. Yeah, we go back and forth. Speed it up, slow it down, like, oh my Lord. Sorry if I'm flat. I'm tired. But I can't. I just kind of freestyled that part, and I was just like, I kind of like it. So let me add some harmonies to it. Let me add some layers to it. Let me add some melodies to it, some background vocals and all that. And so I did that, and I was like, yo, I like the way this hook is built out. And so I was like, you know what, we gonna keep it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, just hit me out though. Cause we go back and forth and forth. Yeah, we go back and forth and forth. Yeah, we go back and forth and forth. Speed it up, slow it down, like, oh my Lord.
Crafting the hook that way made me think of a relationship. It made me think of a relationship that people, it's like a fairy tale relationship that people dream of sometimes, where we knew each other as kids, and we may have been cool, we may have secretly had crushes on each other, but we never really expressed it. Then as we got older, you know what I mean, we dated other people, we, you know what I mean, saw other people, we grew up, we were still friends. But then eventually something changed one day and we decided, you know what, maybe we should express the fact that we have a crush on each other and see what happens. Oh, we both have crushes on each other. Oh, okay, well, let's try the dating thing. And then we try the dating thing, then it doesn't work for whatever reason, so we break up and we try to go to other people, but they ain't really hitting on nothing, and we still kind of torn up about the breakup with the close friend. So it's just like, well, let's give the close friend a try again, and then we try that again, then we break up again for whatever reason. So it's like going back and forth in a relationship that was birthed from a childhood friendship where y'all knew each other for a long time. And that's where my mind went. And then I remembered that's kind of the plot of Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar was a movie that was kind of cloaked in music and relationships. And it was, I remember it started out with the two main characters being children and kind of being introduced to hip hop for the first time and kind of falling in love with hip hop for the first time. And I believe it was Tay Diggs and what was it? It was Tay Diggs and Sanaa Lathan are the two main characters, and they always kind of were cool with each other as children. They had that crush thing, but nobody ever spoke it. Then they got grown, and they may have experimented a little bit, but they never really took it there. And then they ended up separating and going. She dated other people, he dated other people, and then they end up getting back together as adults, working together in a close capacity. Both of their relationships kind of fall apart. They end up with each other, and that ends up being like the love story of the movie. And so Brown Sugar, it's a fun film. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. It came out in like the early 2000s. Mos Def was in it, and I believe Queen Latifah was in it as well. Solid film. Soundtrack was amazing. But it made me think of a relationship, and that relationship made me think of that movie. So I was like, as a songwriting exercise, I wonder how I could kind of pin that poetically to describe that type of a relationship that may be toxic, but also may be healthy in the right hands. Like, it'll be toxic at first because we keep going back and back and forth, and not dealing with the issues with one another, and not being real with ourselves with one another, knowing that we really truly want to be with one another, but we keep playing these games with each other as if we don't want to be with each other for whatever reason. And so I started pinning the verses, and I was just like, poetically this works. And I just kind of brought it all together, ended it out with the little outro, and back, forth and forth. Speed it up, slow it down, like, oh my Lord. Like I said, I'm tired, so if I'm flat, forgive me.
Back and back, forth and forth, back and back, forth and forth, back and back, forth and forth. Speed it up, slow it down, oh my Lord.
But ended up writing that. Loving the way it came together, loving the way the verses came together, and just it's a it's a fun song about a toxic childhood relationship that has now developed into something more that could be something positive, but also could be something detrimental. So it's kind of left up to interpretation, but it's also a warning in a sense of like, yo, we kind of got to pay attention to these red flags and these traits, so that way we know how to maneuver in the future when it comes to dealing with one another and having those type of feelings, because it's a lot of things that were pinned in the verses and a lot of things left unsaid in the verses that like I said, are red flags. So it's interesting to the way it came together and the way it all kind of fleshed out. And I thoroughly, like I said, had a fun and amazing time writing this record. I love the inspirations that came from it. I love the way it fits so well together. Just pinning that song, because I do know several people who have had that experience at least once or twice in their life, where they've been cool with somebody for a while, and then they thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this person a try. Let's try dating. And they try dating, they break up, they go their separate ways, and they end up back with each other. Then they leave, break up again, go their separate ways, and they end up back with each other. And it's just like, bruh, are y'all gonna get it together or leave it alone? Like, what are y'all doing? Because right now y'all playing, and y'all wasting other people's time too by getting involved in new relationships, knowing you just want to be with this person. So are y'all gonna get it together or leave it alone? What are y'all gonna do? So I thought it was dope to be able to pin a record just from that perspective, and just have that perspective fueling the theme of the record, and just be inspired by life, by Aaliyah, by Brown Sugar, and just be able to express to not only just express the pen freely, but just also like have this record feel like a songwriting exercise, in the sense of just like knowing how to tell a story, like the art of storytelling, and just telling a valuable story of love, of loss, of finding love again, and just I thought it was a dope experience. So definitely let me know in the comments below how you felt about this particular record, about OML, Oh My Lord, or Oh My Lord, because it's LAWD. Oh My Lord. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it. For me, this particular record, the cover art I also designed myself. I wanted to find something that was that fit the theme of the record, which is, like I said, a relationship. So I wanted something with possibly some hands reaching out with some love symbols or some hearts or something kind of not necessarily sensual in artwork, but like just something that resembled love in a structured sense. And so I was able to use specific lettering, find the design that I wanted to, tweak it to my liking, add the different colors and stuff like that. And yeah, I just thought it was a dope experience and a dope record. It fit. I feel like the cover art fits with the actual theme of the record, and the theme of the record was just, like I said, a fun songwriting exercise to just kind of stretch your muscle as a songwriter. Sometimes you need those type of records where you just kind of stretching your muscle, not necessarily flexing your muscle, but just stretching your muscles and stretching the pen a little bit for the songwriting purposes. And yeah, that's exactly what this was. So shout out to Oh My Lord. Shout out to all you guys who have tapped in with the record. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in with it. And let me know in the comments below how you feel about it. Did you enjoy it? Have you seen Brown Sugar? Do you enjoy that film? And are you a fan of Aaliyah? Let me know in the comments below. Oh. I grew up on Aaliyah, so that was, man, I had a mean crush on her when I was a child. That's neither here nor there. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay locked in, and never forget, it's free show to the show. Free. This has been another episode of Behind the Soul. Quick update. I might have something new in the works cooking up where we might expand Behind the Soul to some independent artist interviews where they get to talk about their singles or projects that they have coming out or are working on, and we get in-depth looks on their creative processes and how they come across it. So it might be in the works, just a heads up, but I'll let y'all know more in the next coming videos. So don't forget to lock in with your boy. Stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay locked in, and never forget, it's free soul to the soul free. Let's get it.